What if I told you that people over 2,000 years ago may have discovered something that looks a lot like a battery, not in a modern lab, not with wires, light biopounds, or machines, but in the ancient world, using a clay jar, a copper tube, and an iron rod? Sounds impossible, right? This strange object was found near Baghdad, Iraq, and ever since then, people have been asking one big question: did ancient people know how to make electricity? Or is this just one of history's biggest misunderstandings? Let's take a closer look at the mystery of the Baghdad Battery. That may not sound very exciting at first, but when experts examined it more closely, they noticed something surprising. The design was very similar to a simple battery. Today, we know that if you place two different metals, like copper and iron, into a liquid that can carry energy, such as vinegar or acidic juice, the object can produce a small electric charge. Naturally, this led people to ask an important question: was this ancient jar used to make electricity? The object became known as the Baghdad Battery. Many believe it may have come from the Parthian period, which lasted from around 250 BC to 224 AD. That means it could be more than 2,000 years old. If this jar truly functioned as a battery, it would completely change how we think about ancient technology. But before jumping to conclusions, it's important to slow down, because this is where the mystery really begins. People think it might have been a battery because the materials match the basic idea of one: a clay container, a copper tube, and an iron rod. When modern researchers recreated the object and poured in liquids like vinegar, they were able to produce a small amount of electricity. Not enough to power a house or charge a phone, of course, but enough to show that the design could work. This discovery opened the door to many theories. One popular idea is that it may have been used for electroplating. Electroplating is the process of using electricity to place a thin layer of metal onto another object, such as adding a light layer of gold or silver onto jewelry. Some people believe ancient craftsmen may have used the Baghdad Battery to coat objects and make them look more valuable or beautiful. It's an exciting idea. Ancient inventors secretly using early science long before the modern world is a story that captures the imagination. But there's a problem. There is no clear proof that this is what the jar was actually used for. Many archaeologists are not convinced that the Baghdad Battery was really a battery. Just because an object can produce electricity does not mean that was its original purpose. That is a very important point. Some experts think the jar may have simply been used to store scrolls, sacred items, or other materials. Others believe it may have had a religious or ceremonial purpose. There is also another major issue. No wires, switches, or other clear electrical tools were found with it. If ancient people were truly using electricity, where is the rest of the system? Where are the devices? Where are the written records? Where are the tools designed to use that power? So far, none have been clearly found. That makes many historians very cautious. History is full of objects that seem strange to us today but had completely normal uses in their own time. Still, some people suggest that if the jar was used as a battery, it may have been for very limited purposes. Perhaps it was part of a small experiment. Maybe it was used by a craft worker. Or maybe it created a tiny electric shock for medical or religious effects. In the ancient world, science, religion, and mystery were often closely connected. A small electric shock could easily have seemed magical. Yet again, there is no solid evidence to prove this happened. That uncertainty is exactly what makes the Baghdad Battery so fascinating. It stands in the space between science and speculation. This story matters because it reminds us that ancient people were far more intelligent and creative than we often imagine. They built massive cities, studied the stars, created beautiful art, and developed advanced tools and complex systems of trade and engineering. When we find an object like this, it challenges us. It forces us to ask how much we truly know about the past and how much we may have misunderstood. At the same time, the story also teaches us to be careful. Not every mysterious object is proof of lost technology. Not every strange artifact means ancient civilizations had secret knowledge beyond our understanding. Sometimes the truth is extraordinary, and sometimes it is simpler than we expect. The real challenge is knowing the difference. So, did ancient people have electricity? Maybe in a very small and limited way, or maybe the Baghdad Battery was never a battery at all. Right now, the truth remains uncertain, and that uncertainty is exactly why this object continues to capture people's imagination around the world. It is a reminder that history is not always clear. Sometimes it leaves us with clues, but not answers. And maybe that is what makes stories like this so powerful. A small clay jar buried for centuries still has the power to make us question what ancient people knew and what we still don't understand. If you enjoyed this story and want more mysterious ancient history explained in simple English, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.